I am truly so blessed. As a family, we have everything we need and more. I recognize how lucky we are, and I am forever grateful to be in this position, but I'm not sure I necessarily want everything and more. Well, I'm not sure I want to manage everything and more. I recently realized that my home would be so much more easier to maintain if all the unnecessary items were eliminated. My kids don't need 12 cars. One is enough, if that. Most of the toys my kids play with aren't toys anyways. They don't need 200 different toys and all these extra things to sustain them. And I realize that the same thing applies to me in my adult life. I don't need all these extras to be happy. In fact, I'm much more content without all this extra stuff because that means I'm actually making it easy and way more possible to maintain a clean space. We're gonna start minimizing the upstairs today, specifically the playroom closet, and the linen closet. Sounds easy, right? Well, here's what it looks like. My goal is to get rid of about 70% of this crap. If it hasn't been played with or touched in the last few months, it's no longer welcome in my home, and it's time to move on from it. Let me start by giving you a quick overview of what we're working on today. This is our linen closet, very cluttered, no organization to it whatsoever, a hot mess, we'll fix it. Here is the playroom. My goal with this space is to make it open and functional. We don't need a whole bunch of little knickknacks. I'd rather have room for the kids to roam and space for their imagination to just take over. We're gonna drastically minimize the quantity of toys today because there's just way too many to manage. I find myself overwhelmed with this space often because the kids tend to go into the closet, take out more and more toys, and everything else just piles up and gets so out of hand so fast. So today we're gonna clear everything out, sort through each toy one by one, and eliminate everything that no longer serves a purpose during this time in our lives. The first thing I'm gonna do is clean everything up that's on the floor in the playroom just real quick because in just a minute, we're gonna start pulling everything out of the linen closet, and we need a blank canvas to fold, sort, organize, and just do everything during this decluttering process. Time to take every single thing out of this linen closet and just sort it into 3 different piles. So I have a trash pile, a donate pile, and a keep pile, and a laundry pile. So I guess 4 different piles. So everything that's dirty will go into the laundry pile, and that's everything that I want to keep. Everything clearly that I'm donating will go into the donate pile. And then there's some just random trash in here, so clearly that's going to get thrown away, like the packaging for toilet paper and just random trash like that. So we just got to sort everything out into our own piles, and then we're going to start folding and just kind of doing all the pretty things. I have to admit, I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff in this closet, and it's because I just don't use any of it. There's sheets from a queen size bed, and we literally do not have a queen size bed in our house. So there's just no need for that kind of stuff. Or if anything is broken or torn or just not in the best condition, I'm getting rid of those too. So we have some towels with paint on them that we're just not gonna ever use. There was also a sheet with a giant hole in it that had to go. There's just a lot of stuff that is expired and needed to go, and I didn't even realize it because it was just stuffed in the back of my closet. So if you have a closet like this, here's your motivation to just clear everything out and really assess what you have, because once you have it all in front of you, you realize that you don't need like most of it. I want this closet to be really functional. When you guys saw it last with all that clutter in it, it definitely was not functional and there was no place to put anything. So I want spots for each and everything. So I have a spot for my towels. I have a spot for my cleaning supplies and my cleaning towels. I have a spot for my sheets. I have a spot for my duvet cover. That's what this is that I'm putting in right now. The point is everything has its own home, so I don't have to worry about where I'm gonna put everything when I'm putting it away. And we are just finishing up with the finishing touches. I wanted to remind you of what it looked like before, and here it is now. So this is the donate pile, you guys. Can you even believe it? 2 whole big black trash bags. I feel so much lighter already. Now let's move on to this atrocious playroom closet. So we're gonna start by taking everything out, and I had my husband help me with this because there was just so much stuff in here and I was already sweating from the linen closet, and I needed some help, okay? So we both tag teamed it, we did it together, and now I'm just gonna start going through everything. And I had to do this in separate sections. So this is only like half of the closet that's out. The other half is still inside of the closet. So we're gonna do this half first because there's just not enough space upstairs to do it all at once. So we're gonna tackle these little knick-knack toys and just kind of sort through everything. I'm getting rid of any toys that they don't play with anymore, anything that's broken, or anything that we don't have the full set of. So if there's like a puzzle and they're missing a few puzzle pieces, I'm just gonna get rid of that because there's just no point. We can't play with that anyways. Something I will admit that my husband and I are both having trouble with is changing the way we think about things and actually like putting an action to it. Habitually, we're used to cleaning up by putting things away in like random cabinets or drawers, like the junk drawer, but not actually putting it in its place or even having a designated place for everything. For example, the other day, my husband put some random case for some random item in the toy cabinet, and I had to call him out for it and just remind him that we don't do that anymore. Everything has a place, and if you don't know where to put it, then it just doesn't belong in our home. We threw the random case away, and honestly, we haven't thought about it since. We just have to get better about taking the time to put things back in its place rather than leaving them where they don't belong. Like, we need to put our coffee mugs in the sink when we're done using them. Nicholas, I hope you're listening. We just need to create better habits in order to be successful with this lifestyle. We're getting there, you guys. We're on the last little bit of the first half of the closet now, and in just a minute we're gonna tackle the second half. So after I'm done sorting through this basket, I'm gonna put all the baskets away and then get out the second half of the closet. When you're going through and decluttering your space, you have to remind yourself that your house is a home, not a storage unit. There's no need to store a whole bunch of items that just aren't being used, and only purpose is to pile up and not only fill your home with clutter, but your mind too. The more cluttered your home is, the more jumbled your brain gets, and eventually that just leads to being so overwhelmed that it's just daunting to keep up with a healthy home. So the solution is simple. Less stuff equals less clutter and less things to manage. We're kind of moving on to the fun part where all the toys are starting to come together and all the pieces that have been missing for the past year have been found and all the puzzles are being made and all the little toys are finally starting to find their new permanent home. So now pretty much all the toys are sorted through and we got rid of every single toy that we don't use anymore, and everything that we just wanted to eliminate is gone. So I'm gonna just start cleaning up the rest of the playroom now. Just because our space is decluttered doesn't mean that we're done yet. We have to actually clean the rest of the space for it to feel finished, or at least in my mind, that's the way it works. So I'm just gonna finish cleaning up real quick and then I will show you guys the reveal, and make sure you stay tuned because at the end, I really wanna get your opinion on something. I want to do an accent wall on one of the walls in this room, and I just want to know what you guys think. So make sure to stay tuned at the end so you can help me out. Here is everything that we're getting rid of. One giant box of toys, and it is so tall, like almost as tall as me. A few bags and a few more just random items. All right, and that's it. We are done. As always, let me remind you of what this space was looking like before, as well as the closet, because they were both a mess, but here they are now. Okay, this is where I need your guys' help. Eventually, I want to do an accent wall on this big blank wall just to give it a little bit more charm and to spruce it up a little bit. I'm thinking we'll do a board and batten of some sort, or maybe a picture frame molding with like a dark color accent paint, or maybe a fun wallpaper. I just don't know. This is the one space in my home where I'm completely undecided, and I would love any ideas or input on how I can judge up this side of the room. Please sound off in the comments and let me know what you think, because you guys always have the best ideas. If you are still around, thank you. You are awesome. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you are new here, I would love to have you, so please subscribe and say hi in the comments. I would love to have a chat with you. We'll see you in a few days in a new one. Bye!